some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Razorbacks will put total under to crank us up. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. Find some fresh air. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Breaks into the open. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it's Morrison. And some room to work. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Back has it. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here's the handoff. Got enough for the first. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Wow, what an impressive-looking run. You think back to some of the greatest rushing offenses in the SEC in recent years. Remember that offense that had Darren McFadden and Felix Jones both in the backfield, sometimes taking wildcat snaps? Nobody could stop them. This dude, I think, could have broken his way into that rotation with his ability. This guy's sick.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Tight end now in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He'll pull it down. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys too, so good luck stopping them.
And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. Let's go! To the air on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And everyone needs to have their packages. When they go 5 wide and they spread you wide, what's your answers? And I like the defense right here, bringing pressure, getting to the quarterback, and hitting him as he throws the football.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Let's talk for a second about Arkansas. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
And it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Coverage was all over him before he had a chance to breathe, and they knock him down deep in his own territory. Send its offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Johnson looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. Out of bounds, stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, and now they feel like they have room to operate.
And you could tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You going to leave that open? Okay, I'm going to take it right now.
A lot of yardage in front of them. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, TCU. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Wide open downfield. Sees him in open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They keep count of their number of explosive plays, and that last one has them set up 1st and 10 at the 19. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Working that left side now. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And that is a different collision. When you're trying to hit the tight end after he catches the football, this ain't a 185-pound wide receiver. Most of these guys, 240, 250, 260, try to go low, take out those angles. And you see a lot of times that's when they hurdle or they're used to it too, but those big, strong athletes are hard to get to the ground.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They lost ground on first down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. He might want another play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Touchdown, Arkansas! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're going into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Johnson wants to throw it. They're working that left side. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Slithers into space. Nothing but green grass down the middle. He's at the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Hard Frogs!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun. Give on the inside. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. They'll have have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So first down here as they go back to work. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback. And the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw again. Gets it out fast. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Is on its way. Just needs a crack to get a return. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese. The bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to do what they've been doing.
No doubt about it. All their goals spill out ahead of them right now in play. The thing they've been really good at doing, outside of just being a talented football team and showing up, is that they've got their head where it needs to be every single week. Doesn't matter who they're playing at an extremely high level, just taking it one game at a time. They got to do it again today.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Johnson looking to throw. Using the quick game. Turning it on. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
The Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the single back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them outflanked with the Wildcat.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Worked it down to the 22-yard line, give him 5 on the carry.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
And the Horned Frogs in a good spot here with second and short. After run, now throw. Gets it out quickly. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Using his legs, it's Morrison. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, TCU! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. The give from the gun. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there has been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. They use the sideline and get him out of bounds right at the 9. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Gets it away off his back foot. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. Creates a little space. There he goes. He now has 84 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. Found a little room out of the wildcat that time, just short of the first down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Lining up in the wildcat, let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. Look out, he's got room. It's a seam wide open. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
Yeah, and this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
And this is blown up, going nowhere as the defense was ready for the wildcat.
Maybe that stop shows this defense is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They just handed the ball off. This guy's having success left and right. No, sir, no mas, get it together.
Throw toward the end zone, picked off right at the goal line. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Razorbacks backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Power football with the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
At the 5-yard line. Brings up second down.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Arkansas 7.
The Horned Frogs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Send that offense back onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He wants to change this route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Back open in the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They turn to the passing game on third and short. Firing to the right, complete. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, not every explosive play in the passing game needs to be a 70-yard bomb down the field. If you find your running back in the progression, you just get it to him quickly. He's one of the most dangerous guys on the field with the ball in his hands, and he showed you that. Great vision, great speed, phenomenal job after the catch, and it's a big play for the offense in the passing game.
Looking for the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Lets it fly. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff to the lone back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy.
He'll take a shot. Touchdown, TCU! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. Well, that score leaves you with a burning question. Who had that dude? Whoever it was wasn't close.
No, and the receiver was able to run right by him and get to the end zone and camp out and put up his tent and build the fire and fill up the coffee pot and just about everything else in time before the guy decided to even get remotely close to him.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
Punt is on its way. No fair catches here, looking for room. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. Got a little space. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Lining up in the wildcat, let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. Finding open areas. Got the first down and more. He's loose on the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
Man, that's got to sting. This returner wants to make a big play for his team, wants to make something happen. You don't get very many opportunities to do it in a football game, and he did the exact opposite. Created a huge momentum play for the other team. That one's going to sting him.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Touchdown, TCU! And they take it in for 6 more points. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had. And the defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down.
And your Arkansas Razorbacks will take over 1st and
10. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll send the back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quick strike complete. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds, they'll mark it at the 24.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. Now, I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
Wants to throw on first down. Got his man to the left. Oh, he's got some space. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of the third quarter. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. The offense changing the play. Sends it back in motion. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Makes the grab. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. Turning it on. Makes it past the marker. The 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. Once he got some room, it was over. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
On the move from inside his 5. Across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds, and that's where the offense will go to work. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal, it'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Going to try to get... There he goes! Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arizona State is just getting blown off the field right now. We've seen big games in Tempe over the years. I've personally never seen anything like this. They're trailing by 14 to Pittsburgh. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Shakes off the defender. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Running to Green. Breaks into the open. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Arkansas, 21.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. Quarterback making adjustments. Gets the back moving. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got his man on the outside. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Back to pass on second down. Makes the grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunk.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football.
He's looking deep. And the pass is dropped and incomplete, and that's going to do it. Clock has struck zero, and the ball game is over.